a cinematic universe with Batman and Superman leading the charge, promising to rival the best in superhero storytelling. DC was on top of the world, with billions pouring in. So, what went wrong? How did the DCEU, once a beacon of blockbuster success, find itself struggling just to keep its head above water? Buckle up as we dive into the epic rise and catastrophic fall of the DCEU. Flashback to 2010. DC was riding high. With Batman Begins and The Dark Knight setting new standards, the DCEU was poised for greatness. Their animated universe was unmatched, and video games like the Arkham series were critical darlings. From Christopher Reeve's Superman to Linda Carter's Wonder Woman, DC had cemented its place in cinematic history. Then came 2008, and Marvel hit the jackpot with Iron Man. Suddenly, shared cinematic universes were the hottest trend, and Marvel was on top of the world. Warner Brothers, seeing the writing on the wall, decided it was time to enter the game. They had all the rights to their major characters. No need to juggle with other studios like Marvel. They were in a prime position to launch a shared universe. Enter Zack Snyder. Known for his work on Watchmen and 300, Snyder was tapped to spearhead this ambitious project. Warner Brothers began production on Man of Steel in 2010, and by 2013, Superman was back on the big screen. It grossed $668 million, more than any DC film before it, except for The Dark Knight. The reviews were mixed, but the film's success was enough to greenlight the next step: Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. The hype surrounding Batman v Superman was astronomical. A crossover between the two biggest superheroes in history? It was bound to be a game changer. Announcements were made, and DC seemed unstoppable. They lined up projects like Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, and Justice League, promising a cinematic universe that would rival Marvel's. But then, the storm hit. Batman v Superman premiered, and it was polarizing. Some fans adored it, praising Snyder's vision and the epic clash between the heroes. Others were less impressed, critiquing the disjointed plot. The movie grossed $870 million, a solid haul but far below Marvel's benchmark. And when Marvel's Captain America: Civil War hit theaters, it earned $1.5 billion, with fans cheering from the rooftops. Warner Brothers was in damage control mode. Batman v Superman had shown that rushing to compete with Marvel could backfire. With Suicide Squad slated for release, they decided to overhaul it, bringing in trailer editors to try and salvage the film. Despite the changes, Suicide Squad was met with mixed reviews and didn't perform as well as expected. Long-term repercussions. The pattern was set. Warner Brothers continued to struggle with its approach. Films like Justice League faced troubled productions and reshoots. The universe felt disjointed, and the once anticipated projects now seemed to flounder. Box office numbers declined, and the once mighty DCEU was in freefall. Justice League: The Hopes and Failures. The release of Justice League in 2017 was supposed to be the crowning achievement of the DCEU, but the film was marred by controversy and a hasty reshoot process after Zack Snyder stepped down. Joss Whedon's involvement resulted in a jarring tone shift, and the final product felt disjointed. Despite its $657 million gross, it failed to impress. The fan-led campaign for the Snyder Cut became a beacon of hope. Released in 2021, it was a hit among fans, but it couldn't undo the damage of the original cut or repair the fractured DCEU. The Snyder Cut controversy. The Snyder Cut controversy became a rallying cry for fans. Warner Brothers invested $70 million to complete Zack Snyder's original vision for HBO Max. Aquaman's unexpected success. Aquaman in 2018 was a rare success, grossing over $1.1 billion. It showed that the DCEU could still capture audiences' imaginations. However, the momentum didn't last. Films like Shazam and Birds of Prey tried to pivot the DCEU towards standalone stories, but their mixed results highlighted the ongoing struggles. While Shazam had a decent run, Birds of Prey flopped. The pandemic further complicated things, leading to even more setbacks. Wonder Woman, 1984. The sequel to Wonder Woman, released in 2020, was a disappointment. Its simultaneous release on HBO Max and in theaters did it no favors, and it grossed only $169 million. The film's lukewarm reception underscored the DCEU's mounting issues. And then, The Flash. The anticipation for The Flash was high, with hopes that it would reset the DCEU. Unfortunately, the film faced numerous delays and issues, leading to a chaotic release that failed to rejuvenate the franchise. And with Aquaman 2 grossing only $430 million, the cracks in the DCEU's foundation became glaringly obvious. So, what went wrong? The DCEU's downfall wasn't due to a single issue, but a mix of poor planning, rushed decisions, and inconsistent creative direction. Attempts to mimic Marvel's success, coupled with constant changes in direction, led to the franchise's collapse. But hope is not lost. With James Gunn now leading the charge in a new direction for the DC Universe, there's still hope. The new DCU is set to introduce a wave of exciting projects, including Superman, The Batman Part 2, Joker, and more. These films and series promise a fresh, interconnected storytelling approach that blends grounded realism with superhero spectacle. If Warner Brothers can learn from past mistakes and deliver on this new vision, DC might still reclaim its place in the superhero realm. How did the DCEU destroy itself? From overambitious plans and poor execution to mishandled fan expectations and rushed releases, as DC reboots its universe, the lessons learned from this turbulent journey will shape its future. Will they rise again? Only time will tell. For now, the DCEU stands as a testament to both the power and pitfalls of cinematic universes. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more cinematic stories and insights.